15 years ago. The man you see on the ATV, he was a successful man. He was an airline captain with U.S. Airways. And back in those days, airline pilots made a lot of money. Not so much today, but back in the heyday. He had a great family, wife, and 2 daughters, beautiful daughters. He built them a large home on a ski lift. He was a very fit man who could water ski the slalom course near competition levels. He had a great life. Everything was going his way. He was a self-made man. He did not need God in his life. He was successful on his own without God. Or so he thought. What he also did not know was that within 48 hours after that picture was taken, that we would board a small plane, which he knew he planned on this trip back home. He boarded this small plane with his wife and 2 daughters. What he did not know is that that airplane would have a mechanical failure in the engine. What he did not know is that airplane would not make it back to the runway successfully. What he did not know that there was going to be approach lights in his way on his landing. There would be an interference for him. He did not know God. He did not need God. Although he grew up in a Catholic family, he knew of God, but he did not have God in his heart. His wife, Kelly, was a Christian. But Joe, that guy up there, he didn't need God. And as you know, that man is me. As a successful airline pilot, I was capable of doing everything on my own. Within that 48 hours after that picture was taken, all the members on that ATV would die in a horrific airplane crash, except for that man, me. God spared me. The fellow that came to the rescue of us, and not being a believer, or much of a believer, because he only had faith in me. The fellow that came to the airplane that day, James Clark, I met him like a year and a half after. And he told me that when he came to the airplane, I cried out, Lord help me, Lord help me, Lord help me. It's amazing. You call upon the Lord. I'm not going to talk to you today about tragedy and sadness. I'm going to talk to you today about salvation and redemption. I would like for you to leave here today with a message of hope. God tells us in the Bible, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. And it is with an awesome God that I was able to rebuild my life. I was in the hospital for nearly 5 months. The heartache was intense, as you can imagine, losing a wife and 2 daughters. The pain would be so severe as I was sobbing, it actually felt like a knife in my heart, turning, wrenching my heart. I was sobbing so hard, uncontrolled. Not much of a believer, but who did I cry out to? Lord, help me. Lord, help me. Lord, help me. But within 30 seconds, after crying out, Lord, help me, peace came over me. God's awesome peace. We know Jesus as the Prince of Peace. When I called upon the Lord, the Prince of Peace came and comforted me. It was a few months after being in the hospital. Actually, the accident was in Albany, Georgia. If you're from Georgia or Albany, they call it Albany. The Georgians do. They have the accent, Albany. So I was in Albany at the Phoebe Putney Hospital where they put me back together like Humpty Dumpty. I mean, I was messed up. I had a hole in my head. I can just imagine those paramedics when they came to the airplane. Fortunately, the impact on my forehead from the attitude indicator had damaged my vision, so I could not see what was next to me, what was behind me. God blessed me in that way. Although, my vision was gone. But He blessed me with not being able to see what's next to me. I can imagine those paramedics. Hey, dude, I got this hole in my head. My brains are popping out. Help me, stuff them back in there. I need everything I get. But they put me back together. They took me to the hospital, got me back together, sewed my feet back on, which were tore off, hold my head, legs broken in many places. So when I was getting that peace, after sobbing so intensely, there was something happening in my life. Some neighbors in the neighborhood in which I lived in West Palm Beach came to visit me at the hospital. And they witnessed to me. They said, would you like to see your children again? We know Kelly's a Christian. Are you? I was a man of the world, and they knew it. So they said, Joe, if you want to see them again, it's really easy. Just take Jesus into your heart. Just ask Him into your heart. And you'll see them again. I did that. That was probably in February of '97. The accident was December 1st of '96. So it was after those months of sobbing over my family that I realized something was different. So that day in the hospice when I took Jesus